So there's nothing better than new toy day. And today, guys, we are looking together because I just received my Sigma 28 to 45 f1.8, and I know it is supposed to be a videographer's lens, but I intend to use it for my photos. Let's see it together. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from One Lens Only, and today I have to admit I did not need this very glass. I do not have a purpose for this glass, but since it's a beautifully crafted and it's supposed to give me great results, I thought, because I found it at the bargain price, that I needed to try it out. Now maybe I will not keep it because I know already that the resale value is $200-300 more than what I paid for it. It was a very bargain price. It's an X demo glass. I bought them on cvp.com. They don't know I'm recording a video about them, but it's a trusted source. These guys have been around for a while and they are also producers. So from time to time, they have these X demo units that I don't know why they sell for bargain prices, because you can still make good money. So I would probably sell it to MPB or RCE here in Europe. And so I'm probably also getting more money than what I paid it for. And this is the very reason why I wanted to try it out. Now, if you follow the channel for a while, you know that I was using the Sony G glass 24 to 50, and I found it quite limiting. I mean, it was a beautiful glass. It gave me great results. My clients were also happy. As you know, I'm shooting engagement proposals or photo for couples, for families, to have some memories of the visits on Lake Como. And so with that 24 to 50, I was happy because it was bright enough and fast enough with the 2.8 aperture, but I didn't have enough compression. So now I know that when I'm shooting in the region here, the people want to see the surroundings in the memory, so they don't want to be very tight on them zoomed in. And so this is why I made that 50mm work, but in the very end, I'm still missing the compression, because when I'm shooting portraits for singles or for couples, well, I want to have that bokeh effect and that detachment from the background that only a fast glass or a compression can give me. So tomorrow we will test them one against the other. And the second one is the Sigma 28 to 105, which we did unbox already, which I'm using already, which I tested this morning. So tomorrow, stay tuned, there will be another episode. We will discuss which one of the two glasses will please me the most and which one is a keeper and which one I will give it away. But right now, please bear with me, because when I did the unboxing of this very glass, I did not remember that this morning I was running and gunning with the 28 to 105, and so I forgot the dynamic active state on. This is why it is so tight. I was already having a bit of buyer's remorse because I thought it was the 28mm compared to the 24 I was used to use, but I'm happy and relieved because I realized it was just the dynamic active state switched on. So this is why it's so very tight on the box. But let's see together, because I was opening the box. As usual, CVP, they sent me with all the protection all around it, super well wrapped and delivered in one working day with DHL. And so when you open it, you will see that, of course, there's the glass with both the caps and the lens hood. Much very important and appreciated. This lens hood also have a button for release, so it's a bit bigger of what I was used to with Sony glasses, but I do appreciate it. And then they also give you a nylon bag with all the foam inside to protect your glass. So whether you want to use it with a strap to carry it around, or if you just wanted to use it to protect the glass when you put it away, well, this is to be appreciated, because there are not so many producers out there that treat you like that. I feel a bit spoiled. This is the second nylon bag I received, the very first one with the 28-105, and now this one. So I have two nylon bags with the foam inside. I'm also relieved that I don't need to babysit the glasses too much, but I'm used to having a one lens only. So right now I have two. This is supposed to be the dream for videographers. Now, let's go step by step. First, the assembly It's gorgeous. It's a Sigma art line. You will see the A here. You know, Sigma, they have contemporary art and sports, and the art is I think the most prestigious for assembly because it's very well crafted. And then you have the aperture ring that can be locked in automatic if you intend to use it with the wheel on the camera. Maybe you are used to it because you didn't have glasses with the aperture ring. It might be the case if you were using old Sony glasses, or if you want to use it, you just unlock it and then it's clicked or declicked. Now, can you hear the click now? I'm doing it here so you can hear it because I'm wearing the mic here, or you can declick it. And now it's very smooth and can be used. I think the videographers would love to have a declicked aperture. And then the most important thing of this very glass, it has an internal zoom. So this is why I'm thinking about eventually keeping it, because internal zoom, it means that you don't have to babysit the glass. It's weather sealed. Once it's mounted on your camera and it has an internal zoom, there's no way it can suck in any dust. While if you have a barrel that extends like the 28-105, give or take a few weeks, months, whatever, but there will be some dust entering the glass, despite they have the gasket, despite it's weather sealed, ideally against moisture and dust, but it might happen. So this is a very big plus. The second big plus of this glass is that it's very fast. So normally we would have f1.8 aperture on prime lenses. I am mostly a prime shooter. You know, if you follow the channel for a while, that my favorite glass ever will be a 50 mm f1.4, which I had on my Nikon D750. And right now, since I want to have a one lens only, because I don't want to switch glasses in the middle of a shooting, being a one-man band, I have to set the lights, to take care of the framing, the tripods, the flashlight, the softbox, the camera. I already have only one SD card because my camera is a Sony A7C Mark II, so I'm not shooting redundant. I don't want to rub my head against changing glasses. Do I need a wide it? Do I need a wide glass? Do I need a tele? What do I need for this zoom? So normally I would go with one compromise glass. Why am I compromising? Why am I considering and purchasing zoom glasses nowadays? Because it's 2026 and more or less all camera brands give you great camera bodies with the IBIS, in-body image stabilization, with the digital crop in, especially if you're recording video while preserving the 4K definition. And so you have many things that I would dream of 20 years ago when I started shooting professionally, but right now zoom glasses are fairly comparable to primes. This is also why I'm considering that it's also convenient, and in the very end I purchased the 28-105 that cover all the needs that I might have while I'm shooting the engagement proposals or the couples or the families. But I have to say, this might be a great alternative. It's a bit limiting because I used to have the 24-50 from Sony, where this is 28, so it's not as wide, and 45, so it's not as compressed as the other one was, and the other one made me swap glass, and right now I'm using a 28-105. Why? Because 24mm on the Sony, it had to be corrected. It was a G line, not a G master glass, and so all the corrections were made in camera. That means cropping in to avoid the barrel distortions, to avoid the color fringing, to avoid the vignetting. And so in the very end, I was using it as a 28mm. And so this is starting at 28. Tomorrow we will try it out, or as soon as we can take it out. And then 45, well, it doesn't give enough compression. The very glass I was using when I started working last year on the engagement proposals was the 28-75 from Tamron, but it was a plasticky glass, a fair glass. I'm also evaluating the 35 to 100, but 35 it's not well enough. But this is supposed to give me more bokeh, more, the depth of field with a f1.8 glass is not comparable to a 2.8, which is bright enough for most of professionals that are shooting with their 24 to 70 f2.8, G Master 2, OSS, whatever it is, but that's enough for a pro, and we'll see how it performs, guys. Sorry, I was just sharing my thoughts with you because I'm stunned by the quality of this glass, but I did not try it yet, so I still have to take it out and see how it works. For what I saw so far, it's not as fast in focusing, in acquiring focus, as the other Sigma that I'm using, but once you get it, then it's a 3D tracking and it's reliable and it keeps it. But tomorrow we will see together what's happening. So please let me know down here in the comments if you have any questions about this Sigma glass. Otherwise, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye bye.